say as of this moment. And this is what we should do. If also your network is poor, then write down your questions or anything to be clarified in the chat section. This is very clear. These are all our guidelines, and the things that is always very clear and is compulsory is for you to actually mute yourself. You should mute yourself. It is very important. It doesn't interrupt our meeting. And if we know that if the meeting is interrupted, most of us will get nothing. And then it will automatically lead into, lack of information. The information later will be inadequate. So I really beg you, my brothers and sisters who are here, pay attention, mute yourself, be respectful, listen carefully, and all those rules that I told you before. To this far, I'm going to allow the moderator to introduce himself and his work.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Jeremiah, for the wonderful time you've taken passing us through the rules and the guideline. So at this time, as usually, moderators allow we control the session and control the time and actually allow people who have maybe who have suggestion or question in the session or the speakers. So in general, moderators like they control the meeting. So I will be controlling the meeting. I will be admitting you in the meeting. Remove those who are not going up to the rules of the meetings, and allow the speakers to talk each at a time. So I will be the reference point. So all the speakers will be allowing them to talk. So by now we are going to start our program. So today we have orientation for two main scholarship. So we have combined them and we'll try at least to pass the information so that all the beneficiaries get the relevant information in the time within the time possible. So we have CSE China scholarship, or China government scholarship, and we have China scholarship orientation, and we also have WUS SRP program or scholarship today. So we are going to have this orientation today. So I believe we have been getting information in the group and on our social media. So I believe you have gone through the links and all these things. So and you are now here with your questions. So we are going to address your question today. So be ready to listen to the speakers, and also be ready to ask questions where necessary. So or whenever you don't understand, then you are free to ask the question. But we are going to do it in this dynamic. So we are going to allow the speaker to first finish his presentation, or the speakers to finish their presentations. Then at the end of the session, we're going to allow maybe a certain time for question and answers. And this whereby you will have opportunity. So maybe you have some question in your mind, some of them will be addressed in the presentation, and some of them that are not addressed in the presentation, then you will now ask the question. So we'll have uh, a time for question and answer. So the first speaker will have at least uh, 30 minutes. Then we have a gap for 10 minutes for question and answers. And then the second speaker comes. So we'll have at least 1 hour, approximately 1 hour and 30 minutes if we delay, because we have two scholarships that may take time. So I will allow the first speaker, and the first speaker will be from China. So this will be our first time to have a China orientation, and we really actually appreciate this, so that we have more light about the China government scholarship. So you can remove the sharing, Luis. Okay. So
I
I
think
will
it's
allow.
okay.
Yeah, it's okay now. Yeah. So I will allow my brother Malwal so to join us and start presenting the CS uh, scholarship.
Hello, everyone.
Yeah. Hello, David. You're welcome.
Good evening from this side.
Yeah. Good
I
morning.
don't know about you. I don't know about your locality. Maybe it's morning or afternoon or evening, but here is already night. Now it's 9:43.
Wow.
Yeah, it is good to be here because this is my first time to attend the orientation. Last week, 2 weeks ago, I tried to join, but I couldn't because here we don't use Zoom. We used something called Tencent meeting. It's like Zoom, but it's different. So I tried to join and didn't work. So now it is good. I have the opportunity to join today and be part of the of the orientation. So I have been in China for almost 7 years now. I did my bachelor here, and I did right now I'm doing my master's. So I'm about to finish soon. And because there have been many people struggling about getting scholarship here, so according to their experience and also testimony they told me about the scholarship, I have come up to present some way or some information about how to successfully get a scholarship. So please, would you like me to share my screen?
Yeah, of course.
Huh?
Yeah, let me do. Yeah, okay. It is done. It is done. You can share. It's done.
All right. Thank you.
Yeah.
Okay. All right. I hope you can see the screen now.
Yeah.
Okay.
Maybe you can take it to the first page so that I take the photo.
Yeah. I was sharing first, then now I'll go to the first page.
Okay.
All right. Here we are talking in the poster that was made 2 weeks ago was about CSC. But here in China, there are many scholarships, not only CSC. CSC, the one organized by the government, but there are more than 10 or even 20 scholarships available. But all these scholarships, I will talk about them, but I will talk in general. I will not go to the full detail of the scholarship because one of the main scholarships that will be okay for everyone or most of the people is CSC. CSC is one of the scholarships that is given by Chinese government to the countries that are having diplomatic relations with China, because for them the aim of giving this scholarship is for people to learn the Chinese language. That is the main goal for this scholarship, is to learn Chinese language. So for bachelor degrees, those who are doing this scholarship, who are coming on this scholarship to study in China, everything they will do is in Chinese for bachelor degrees. And apart from that, because many people do not know about the basic Chinese, so they have to study for 1 year to get the scholarship. But due to the situation of our country, many people prefer to take that one despite the difficulties of this language, Chinese. Some people prefer to take it, and later it result in some difficulties during graduation because the terminologies of your major or your course that you are doing are not easy to understand in a short period of time. So that thing have been affecting many students who come to China on CSC, because maybe they are not well prepared to study hard, and at the end it becomes difficult, and they give you like 5 to 6 years to study a course. So if you finish 6 years and you have not graduated, maybe they will not continue sponsoring you anymore, and you might end up going back home without a degree. So that thing happened many times. But today I would like to tell people that apart from CSC, you can also get other scholarship whereby you will study in English, and also you will study the same course that you can study in CSC. That is one. Number two, you can study in CS. You can study on a scholarship by applying to either to the company or to the school, but not through CSC. And then you can also get the same benefit you get. So first of all, we would like to talk about how many scholarships available.
Okay.
And then
okay.
each scholarship.
Okay, sorry for interruption, David. You can put it in a presentation mode so that they take the screen.
Okay, okay.
Down there. It's down.
The
Yeah, presentation mode.
Let me check. Why I don't see the option?
The option is down here, you see. No, a bit up. Yeah, there's that one like book. That more thing like a book. You can try to click it.
Oh, you
click
mean
on it.
on my laptop?
Yeah, that one.
Okay, okay.
Yeah.
All right. No. Wait. The time is very short. Let me take it back.
Okay.
Yeah, the time set is very short, so it will go before explaining the information. So let me go like this first before I change.
Okay.
So the first one is CSC. This one is China Scholarship Council. Is the one that is given by the government. The aim of this scholarship is for diplomatic relation. So the government give this scholarship out to people who want to learn or want to know something about China. So mostly students who are chosen by the embassy, I mean by the government, are the one who are supposed to study this one. So many people raise their concern that applying for CSC, there have been many difficulties. For example, sometimes your information doesn't come out. Maybe it's through corruption, or maybe you didn't apply successfully. And then I realized that during application process, many people make mistakes. But here in China, even though a small mistake like this, they will not inform you about it, and they will just leave it like that, and your application will be invalid for that reason, which make many people having problem getting scholarship. For example, there is this one. This application is one of the students who applied through embassy, and then this student have some difficulties in his process. So you see this part down here. This part you're supposed to upload your document, but this student didn't upload even one. And then he was expecting the application to be approved. So they went to the embassy maybe with someone, but they were told that his information is not in the system. And the reason was just this one. I don't know how I can open this one. Here, when you are applying for CSC scholarship, the agency number you use is for the embassy of China in your country. But this student used the wrong embassy of China, which is not in our country, for another country. So this application is considered invalid. Many people have the same problem. Choosing the wrong agency number make just disqualify your application. Despite whatever you do, the process will not go through because you have choose the wrong agency number. That is one of the biggest problems. Also, when you fill in the information, give me a minute, let me check this one. This is one of the most important part. I hope you can see the screen, right? Now?
Yes.
Now? Yeah. This
Yeah, we are
information
saying.
is very important for CSC. When you are applying, you need to get this information very correct, because this information is the one that the system just detect. Whenever your document are qualified, the first thing they will do is just to put your passport number there. If anything is wrong, your application is cancelled. So many people who have been complaining that their result didn't return, even the recent application that just ended in January. The problem is that if you have made a mistake in applying or in filling this information, you will definitely be disqualified. Also, the difference between this one, the education level, here, the year attended, here is the year you start your school, your secondary school or whatever level you study. The year studied must be the first, and the last one must be the year you finish. But some people, they put it the same, like 2017 and 2017 here. That doesn't make sense, and most applications are disqualified because of that, and they will never send you an email about to correct this one, because whenever they see something like that, they just say this person is not serious, and then they leave it out. So these are the two important parts, and then the part of document, everyone knows about that. So this is one of the problem facing student applying for CSC. Number two, the other is scholarship, or the other is scholarship, like Confucius Institute scholarship. This scholarship is only for people who want to learn the language, and this scholarship is fully funded, and you can study freely without anything, because you will study learning Chinese from past year or any level you are, and then you can finish without any problem. This one is recommended to people who doesn't need to study degree or any other thing. Is non-degree scholarship. So you can apply for this scholarship direct if you want to learn Chinese language or Chinese culture. That scholarship is also okay. And then this Chinese embassy scholarship, this one is provided by companies that are operating in other country. For example, there's a company called Sinopec. It's a China petroleum company that provides scholarship. This scholarship you can study in English, but you have to apply through embassy only. You cannot apply online. You cannot apply through an agent to get this scholarship, but you can study in English, which means that the only way to get this scholarship is to apply through embassy. Either the embassy announced, or you contact them on email and ask them about the scholarship. This one is different from CSC. CSC, you must study in Chinese. China Embassy scholarship, you can study in English, and you can be sponsored by company, not the government. MOPCOM scholarship is the scholarship provided by the Ministry of Commerce in China to nationalities of other countries who have diplomatic relations with China. So this scholarship is only for masters and PhDs, and you are studying English, not in Chinese. You may study Chinese sometime, but most of the time, most of the courses you are doing is all in English. So Chinese language is just extra class. So this one is also okay, but not for undergraduate. The city scholarship is provided by the city government. So this scholarship is also in English, but it's like partial scholarship. They don't give you monthly allowances. It's only for your tuition, accommodation, and medical insurance. But the other thing, like your ticket, your feeding, they are on you. So this one is only for people who might have family support to apply for. But if you don't have any family support, you can only apply for CSC. If you want to study undergraduates or masters or PhD. But you remember, undergraduate for CSC, they study in Chinese. So CT scholarship is recommended to people who have some family support, so they can study only. They can study in English, and they will not receive any money from the government or from the school. So you can, before you make your decision, you need to know about that one. The last one is also for language, but this one, not only that you study language, you can study Chinese culture and language, but you can get a degree after you graduate, after you finish, because you study for 4 years. It's called Beijing Language Communication Council Scholarship. This scholarship is for those who study in, who want to learn about the Chinese culture and Chinese language, but to get a bachelor. This one, you don't get bachelor, you just get a certificate for like a year or 6 months. But this one, you can study for 4 years. Then the last one is school scholarship. This scholarship are provided by a school like the one I'm now studying on. This scholarship is provided by the school, and for masters like me, you have a fully funded scholarship. They pay you money monthly. You don't pay tuition fee, you don't pay accommodation. Everything is free for you. And then your allowance is 300 a month and $300 a month. But the condition of this scholarship is not the same with CSC or other scholarship, because it's not a must to study Chinese. But the only thing is that you have to finish your studies in a given period of time. You cannot exceed that time, then you will not be allowed. But for bachelor degrees, for bachelor Africans who want who want this scholarship, this one is partial for them because they don't have monthly allowances, and also they pay about 40%. Hello?
Yeah, I get you.
Yeah, they pay 40% of the school fees. So this scholarship is also for people who have family support and they want to study in English, they can apply for this one. So anyone who have no backup can apply for CSC, and make sure you follow all the steps. This one you can also apply if you want to learn the language for a short period of time. This one you can apply only through embassy. MOPCOM you can apply either online through university or through an agency. You can still get it. Also through embassy, you can apply if they announce that they will offer MOPCOM scholarship. City scholarship, you can apply direct to the university or through the City Scholarship Council. This one you can also apply through the government. The same way, this one you apply to the school direct or you apply through agent, because this one is not given by embassy or any other government agencies. So these are the scholarship available. The next one is what to know about China scholarship. Many people have been confusing study and work, but here in China, there's a lot of problems. If you have a student visa, you cannot work now. It's very illegal to work while you have a student visa. You might be deported, you might be jailed, you have a lot of problems. But first of all, this is the point I would like to tell people, that all CSC scholarship, China Scholarship Council's scholarship for bachelor degrees, all those ones are taught in Chinese. There's no way you can get this scholarship and study in another language other than Chinese. Your courses are in Chinese. Your exam is in Chinese. Your graduation thesis is in Chinese. So this one is 100% Chinese, but it covers your ticket, your accommodation, your school fees, your medical insurance, your visa extension costs. All those ones are covered by this scholarship. You don't have anything to pay in this scholarship, and everything is okay. The only condition is to study Chinese, and you have to study 1 more year for a course which is supposed to be 4 years. You study for 5 years because you have to learn the language for 1 year. Master and PhD are taught in English, but they have to pass Chinese exam, which is called HSK. So they have to pass level 3 at least to get their degree. If you fail to pass Chinese, you cannot get your degree at the end. So this is one of the conditions for CSC scholarship. Number 2, there are many other partial scholarships. These scholarships are all in English, but they are common. The scholarship does not cover the 100%. It's not the same like CSC. You can pay, maybe they can pay like 60 to 80% of your tuition fee and accommodation, but you have to pay some money, maybe like $200 or $300 for part of your tuition, or even to $700 if the tuition is expensive, because each course in China has different price or different tuition fee. Because for medical courses, they are more expensive, arts are cheaper, engineering courses are in the middle. So that if a course is $3,000 and then they cover 80%, you will pay 20% of $3,000. So these courses or this scholarship are for people who are willing to study in English, and they will have support from home. Because here in China, you can study, but you will not work. So it's very complicated. The next one, Chinese funding program have age restriction. All these scholarships given by the Chinese government or Chinese schools or Chinese companies, they have age limit or age restriction. For bachelor, you must be at least or less than 25 years. If you are 26 years old, you cannot apply for a bachelor degree in China. It's not acceptable. And masters, 35 is the maximum. And then for PhD, if you are 45 years, you can still apply, but more than 45 years might not get a scholarship. But if you are studying on self-sponsored, you can apply to HENE. But some schools still cannot accept you for bachelor if you are above 25 years old. And then the language. Some people have been worried about whether they can study in Chinese if they know nothing about it. That's not the problem, because you can come here and study Chinese for 1 year. 1 year of full commitment, you can also learn, and then you can know Chinese and you can attend your classes in Chinese later. Strictly for people who are going to study in Chinese and they have zero knowledge about it, they can learn Chinese for 1 year and then they will continue. Medical requirements are commonly imposed by universities and also important when applying for a visa. So they have Chinese people also, they have their own physical examination form. That form, if you have not filled it and uploaded in your application system, it might lead to the rejection of your application. So that form is very important, and I realize that many people who apply through scholarship, through embassy, applying for CSC or MOPCOM, they don't have that form, but that form is very important. You cannot be accepted if you didn't submit that form. I have shared it with many people. I think they maybe later in the group I will also forward it. And also when you're applying for visa, that is very important. The next part are the document required for the application. This one is wrong. High school diploma or certificate. This is your maybe you finish the highest diploma. Maybe you finish high school and you are applying for bachelor. Then you need your high school certificate. If you are applying for master's, you need to have your bachelor. These documents are, I think they are common and everyone knows about. So there's no need to explain more. And also I'll send the information later in the group. So if there's anything issue not clear, I can also explain later. But I think all this one, everyone is familiar with them, like academic transcript, and then study plan or research proposal. This is for people applying for masters. And then 2 recommendation letters, either from your school, from your workplace, or anything you that can give you recommendations. Okay, foreign physical examination. This is what I was talking about. This physical examination must be within 6 months, 6 months before you apply. So if it is 7 months, you have to renew it, or otherwise it's invalid. They will not accept. This is the part I was talking about before that I show here, because that one is not clear, but here is clear. So this is the important part of filling in the information. You must know when you start and when you finish. This one, how to apply. How to apply for all these scholarships. Through embassy, you can apply for CSC, MOPCOM, and other embassy scholarships that are offered, and they will announce on the website. So if you want to monitor, you can pay attention to China embassy in South Sudan website. They will post the information about this. Then this one, online using scholarship website. This one also is, if you are familiar with the information, it's okay. You can do it, and it works very well. Also through an agent, some authorized agencies that are authorized by the schools or the government for recruit students, they are there. Then this is study, studentship website in China. If you want to study in China, you can click here and then you can learn about it and you can register there. And maybe after you submit your application, they will suggest you the schools you should apply through. So here you can apply through the university direct, and that is the easy way to get a scholarship. If you are accepted by the university, the school can give you scholarship, the city can give you scholarship, also the company can give you scholarship, but those scholarships are not guaranteed, because if you have not followed the right way of applying, either through embassy or through an agency, your application might be ignored, or might be considered invalid because there are a lot of requirements which you will be told by the embassy or the scholarship agencies that you should do like this. So this is more it is recommended that application through website should be attached. Maybe you can contact the embassy or you can contact the agency to confirm what you need to do your application, because any small mistake is gone and they will not they don't write back to you and tell you about the problems. So this is the end of the small brief information about the scholarship. And then my own advice, as someone who have been here for this long time, I have been here for a very, very long time. So I have some small information or some small advice I can give about studying China or not. So this is the part I'm going to talk about. This is personal advice on why you should choose China. This one has nothing to do with scholarship. It's just my brief advice or my information to someone who want to be here, because I have been here for almost 7 years. So if you have interest in technology and innovation, you can come to China because everything is here. Anything about technology, you can get it here. There's nothing you cannot find if you want. So this is one of the most important things for those who want to study anything related to IT or whatever technology mean you want, or you want to know about how to do something online. You can learn in China. Many successful businesses that operate online, like Alibaba. Alibaba is now all over the world, but it starts here. And these people, they even teach you how to do your things online while in school. You can be a student, but you can study outside about these things. So if you have interest and you don't have access to these technologies in your country or wherever you live, you can come to China and study. If you get a scholarship, you can study your degree and then you get other skills. Then number two, if your career is business based, then it will be the right choice for you to study in China. First of all, if you get the fully funded scholarship, you will study in Chinese. But studying business in Chinese is the best choice you can do, because almost 90% of the businesses in the world start from here. The manufacturers, they are here, and then they supply everything to other countries. So if you want to study business or you have a career in technology, this is the right place for you. After you learn Chinese, you can do business with them and you can get a job here than anyone who study engineering or other course. Also here, if you have a talent in any sport, then you should come to China, because here you can improve yourself or you can change the way of developing the skill that you have. For example, when I came to China, I never played basketball before, but after I stay here, I become a basketball player, because the environment is conducive for any sport you want to do. So many people who are willing to develop the sport, either football, basketball, other sport, the facilities are here, and 24 hours you can just enjoy yourself, either practicing or join the group of people who are learning. You have a chance to come here. But this is just my advice, not part of the scholarship. So I'm just advising people who are willing to come to China, or someone who have interest in studying China or learn something about China. These are the good things. And also, many people have been asking me about how safe China is. China is safer than any other place in the world, because since I came here, I have been feeling safe than back home. That one is there. Many people complain about racism in China, but I can say there's no racism. If you are willing to come here, that's okay. So the last part is about, if you want to get more information, you can contact me here. Maybe Dengbol, you can contact Yamachola for other information. If you want to know something, this is the information. And then the last part is this one. So I'm done with the presentation. Any questions, you can just let me know, and maybe I can have time to respond. And sorry for the time. Maybe the time is over. Hello?
Okay, thank you so much. Thank you so much, David, for the wonderful presentation. Yeah. So now, actually, I really appreciate the report that you have put and all the information that you have given us. I believe now we are all the participants are now clear about the China scholarship, the different type of scholarship that are there, and how they can be they can be navigated. So by this time, there was a guy. I will give maybe 10 minutes for questions. There was a guy called Kwal that raised his hand when you were presenting, and I did not
All
allow
right.
him. So maybe you can remove you can stop your sharing, and then I see those
Okay.
who have
Okay.
some questions. So I will give
Okay.
only 5 minutes for question and 5 minutes for answers, because I
Okay.
believe some of the questions are already addressed in the presentation. So I will not take that much time.
Okay.
Mm,
Okay. Let me stop here.
okay. Yeah.
All
So
right.
thank you. So
You're
if there's
welcome.
someone I cannot see Paul around here. So you can raise your hand if you are there, Paul. Mm, I think has left the meeting, so might not be there. So if there is anyone with a question for concerning China scholarship, then you are free now to ask. Just raise your hand, and I will see and allow you, because I've restricted the meeting. Yeah, I've restricted the meetings to avoid noise. Okay, now let me allow you. Yeah, you can now. Yeah, Nia, welcome.
Okay, thank you very much for the nice presentation. The question I would like to ask is, I heard about schools that are giving scholarship and the students go and learn in English. So I failed to pick the point very well, because you gave really good information, and it was kind of not that too much, but it was not enough. My brain was not enough to keep it well. So that scholarship, which is given chances for students to go and study in English, is it fully funded or partially? That's what I did not pick well.
Okay, no,
Yeah.
yeah, you can answer that.
Yeah. Yeah. The scholarship you study in English is not the same with CSC, because CSC they give you money every month, but the scholarship, this one is partially scholarship, because they don't give you monthly allowances, and also they don't cover your visa costs or your medical insurance. So those things you are paid by yourself, but they are not part of the scholarship. Only tuition fee and maybe accommodation that are covered by that scholarship provided by the school. And also some school they only pay 60 to 80% of your school fees and accommodation, and you have to pay some money. For example, when I studied my bachelor degree, I used to pay 40%. 40% of my scholarship was $700 per year. And then dormitory fee was also 700. So I used to pay 1,400 per year. And that was partially scholarship, apart from my feeding, because my feeding was on me. So that is the same scholarship that is available. But some school, they give you up until they give you like 80%. So 20% will be less than 700, and that is what you will pay. So that scholarship is not the same with the CSC, because you study in English, and the benefits are not the same.
Okay,
No?
okay. Now, do you mean like CSC is for government and the fully funded program, and that
Yeah.
program, like you have to study in China throughout your
In
course.
Chinese.
You have to study in Chinese language throughout the course.
Yeah.
And for other scholarship, like the one that you pay some percent, like do you have to study in
Yeah.
China throughout also, or
No. There's one thing which is not clear. Not to study in China throughout.
in Chinese?
It's like you study in Chinese language throughout. That fully funded scholarship, you have to study in Chinese. Everything you study in Chinese.
Uh-huh.
So that is scholarship. They cover everything for you, even your ticket. So that one, you don't need to pay anything. You only get the money. But the condition is to study everything in Chinese. Even your graduation thesis, you have to write it in Chinese, and you have to study Chinese for 1 year before you start your real course. Yeah. Partial, you study your course immediately as soon as you arrive in China, but you study in English. You have some Chinese classes, but that is not the problem, because your course is in English until you finish. So that is the difference.
Okay. Okay, I think it is clear now.
All right.
Another question?
Qual is mute. Jack is mute.
Jack, you can raise your hand. You can raise your hand so that I see you and I allow you, because you cannot allow yourself. I've restricted the meeting. Jack, oh, you can raise your hand if you have a question. Okay, maybe I have a question.
Yeah.
So, like when you are applying for a scholarship, you say before that there are different type of scholarship whereby you can apply direct to the embassy, and another one where you can also apply to the agent. So, can you clarify this one of agent? So, how do you apply to agent, and does it cost you some money? And
All right.
compare to applying to embassy direct and applying to agent, which one is easy? Which one is easy, and what are the requirements? What are the criteria? So do you have to also pay for your ticket when you are applying to agent, or the government or the agents also pay for you? So can you clarify something there?
Oh, all right. All right. Yeah, it's like this. The advantages of applying through an agent is that 100% you will get this, you will get admission and you will get your scholarship because they apply direct to the school. And also, for example, if you have a good grades, like there's what they call this class A. There's a scholarship they call class A. If you get class A scholarship, because those scholarships are only provided by the agents. If you get class A scholarship, they will give you a ticket from home to China, and then like what every year they will give you a ticket to go back home, or they will only give you one ticket to come, and then after you finish, they give you another ticket to go home. That is class A scholarship, only given to outstanding students or students with higher marks. That is one. Scholarship B, class B, is also provided by the agents and is also part of China government scholarship. But only agent can get you that scholarship. That scholarship you can get only your everything is covered, but they will not cover your ticket to China and back to China. I mean, and back to your country. The three part of it is that when you are applying through agent, you have to pay $200, and that $200 you pay through an agent is application fee, because when applying to the school direct, you have to pay application fee, because you cannot get admission without applying to the school. So they have to apply to the school for you on your behalf, and then they will get a scholarship. So after they get pre-admission, they give it to the scholarship council, and then the scholarship council will award you the scholarship to go to the school. Only if you don't get that scholarship or you don't get admission, they will return back your $200. So that one is not a loss. And also, if you are applying to the school by yourself, you have to pay an application fee. But if you fail to get admission from that school, the school will not refund your application fee. Only if you apply through an agent, that 200 will be refunded if you don't succeed to get admission or a scholarship. But if you are applying by yourself to the school direct, you need to pay application fee, but cannot be refunded if you are not accepted. So that is the difference. If you are applying through embassy, you don't pay anything to the embassy. But the problem is that chances of getting admission are very low through the embassy, because first of all, if your application have a mistakes, they will not contact you to correct it. They will just consider it invalid. But if you apply through an agent and there's a mistake in your application, the school or the scholarship council will contact the agent direct and ask them to fix the problem. They fix it and then they resubmit the application, and then you can succeed. So that is the difference.
Okay, thank you so much for clarification. So to those who are going to apply for China scholarship, so there are two ways of application. You can apply direct maybe to the embassy, and yeah, you can apply direct to the embassy, and you can apply through agent. So, but the difference is like there's a low percent of you getting scholarship through embassy than through agent. So when you're applying through agent, you pay $200, and that $200 is refundable. So it can be refunded if you fail to get the scholarship. And it is assured that if you apply through agent, you can get a scholarship. Maybe the conditions are that you have to pay $200 as application fee, because they are the one who will navigate your application. They will go through all the application. You just give them the information and they fill in all the information and they show you scholarship. And the next condition is that you may pay for your ticket, but you will get all the scholarship benefit like others in China. So thank you for clarification. Now that's what I was asking. So there are questions here. There are some concern here. Makwaj, he wrote here on the chat. He said, "I have applied for China government scholarship through embassy, and I was accepted by the university. Let me know. Let me hope that I'm qualified already." So you mark that. Let me also let me also read this. Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for the wonderful presentation, my name is Riyad. My question is it possible that you have? Is it possible? Okay. Is it possible if you have applied for CSC without granting pre-admission letter in hand? So, like the concept of the question is that, like, is it possible to apply for CSE if you don't have like admission letter? So I have another question about agents. Whether do we get this agent or how do we get them? So the question is, how do we get this agent? That's another question. How do we get this agent? If you need agent to help you, and you are ready to pay your $200 and also ready to prepare for your ticket. So I think you can summarize those questions, those three questions.
Yeah. I'm seeing the questions here. Yeah. The first question about I have applied for China scholarship, government scholarship through embassy, and I was accepted by university. Let me hope that I'm qualified. This is what there are many people with the same issue. They contacted me already. It's like this: after you get pre-admission, you have to submit that pre-admission into your China Government Scholarship Council website, because when you apply, you create your account. That account, there is something I showed before here. No, not this one. Yeah, like this website. I mean, this one here, this application here. When you are accepted, you get your pre-admission. You have to upload it to the system again. You have to upload it to the system to be verified by the Scholarship Council. After they accept it, like if they prove it, they will give you scholarship immediately. But if you have not uploaded it, there are possibility that you will not get it. Especially if you just take it to the embassy, like one guy did, and he contacted me. He did that one, and he contacted me and said he has submitted his application. I mean, his admission. He take it to the embassy. That one is, unless there is a good follow-up through embassy. But if there's no good follow-up, it will be very, very difficult for you to get it, because you have to submit it. You have to submit it to the website. Here, let me show you how to do it. After you get your pre-admission, you log into your website. You come here, this one, pre-admission letter here. After you come to this part, and then you upload your pre-admission here. After you upload it here, you can submit it again, and there you just wait, because the school that admitted you will contact the Scholarship Council and tell them we have accepted these students. So they only put your passport there, and they check your application form. If your pre-admission is not submitted to the website,
you can share it now. You can share. We're not saying anything.
Huh?
You can share what you're saying.
I can share what I'm saying.
Yeah, you can share. I think if you have opened online, maybe if you have opened the website, then you can share, because
It's this one. I will share it later. This is the how you submit the pre-admission letter. Let me do it here so that, okay, I need to withdraw it. It's a long process, but you make it. You can just let me try here.
Okay, then it's okay. You can share it later. Or the one that is in need of this, you can contact me later if you are in the group.
Yeah, let him contact me. I'll talk to him. So there is another question about my name is Riak. My question is this possible if you have applied for CSC without grant? This one is about 99% not possible, because if you don't have pre-admission, the Scholarship Council will not give you a scholarship unless they have to find for you pre-admission by themselves. If you have contact with them, you can contact them and they help you to get it. But if you get it by yourself, you can upload it there. You will get the scholarship. From now until toward the end of next month, you have a chance to get pre-admission and upload it to the system. final result will be out maybe in April or May. And then about this agent, where do we get? Okay, for the school you want to apply, on the website they have their licensed agents, so you can check there, or you can contact me, because I know other agents that I have been helping many students to get their process through. So you can contact me, and then I can communicate the process through them. So this one is easy. If you have already chosen the school, you can go to their website and see their agencies. If you don't get it, you can contact me, and then I will help you get the agent for that school. So this one is not a problem. And another follow-up, you can just contact me to know when you will get your pre-admission.
Okay, thank you, Ngong. So now what you can do, I think you can get his number in the group, and you saw his number before in the presentation. So make sure if you are looking for agent, just contact him directly, because you may contact other agent that you cannot have, like that we cannot actually trust. But if he's the one recommending you, then you will be following up with him. If there's anything that happened, then you will ask him about the refunding, payment.
That's why I suggest anyone who want to use agent to contact me, because if you don't get admission, you can contact me for your money to be refunded. Because if I'm the one who recommend the agent, I will be responsible to return your money if you are not successfully accepted. There's this person, Colatong, said I have a question. But I don't see the question.
Okay, I think I will allow her. Okay, we have Achola here as be raising his hand. So Achola, you can ask a question. Then followed by Atom, and we allow the next presenter.
Can I answer this guy, Kola Jankwal?
You will answer him after Achola. Achola ask him, and you ask his question, and then you summarize all the questions.
Okay.
Yeah, Achola, you can click now to mute yourself. Yeah.
Okay, thank you for this forum. My question is, last year I was applied, but my colleague is the one who applied my behalf, and he's there in China, and he usually told me that you have been admitted in one of universities. Only that the embassy in South Sudan will call you, but they didn't call me until now. So what happened again? So this is what I want to know. So this is my question.
Okay. Then you wait. The next person is Atong. So you can ask your question, then followed by Thorn Ren, and then we allow the presenter to answer. Yeah, Atong, if you are around, then ask your question. Okay, if not, then Thorn, you can ask your question. Atong is not there. Okay, Thorn is not.
I think Thorn is mute.
Okay. Yeah, Thorn, you can talk. Unmute yourself. I've requested you to unmute yourself.
Down.
You unmute yourself.
Pin. Yeah, cookie.
Thorn? Okay, you can ask your question in the chat. Atong, you can also ask your question in the chat. We'll handle your question later in the group. So now you can answer those questions.
Okay, for the person who just had the question now, one thing you need to know is if you have been accepted, maybe do you have admission letter? Hello. I think that guy is up.
Yeah, Achol.
Yeah. Okay. I've said that.
Do you have admission letter?
Okay, my colleague. No, I don't have. My colleague is the one who have, because he's the one who are flying my vehicle. It's called this man called Romantic Kusha. He said that your admission letter is with. So this is the
I think if you are admitted, you should have received your admission letter, so that you can take your admission letter to the embassy to get your visa to come to China. If you don't have admission letter, you might not be accepted to come to China, or you might not get admission letter.
okay.
So you let him send you your admission letter, and then you can go to the embassy. Because if you go to the embassy without admission letter, they will not accept.
Okay. Then now, I think almost all the questions are addressed. Okay, there's a question that is here that does it mean that when you apply, you submit your documents?
There's one question here I want to answer from a Jack.
Okay.
Jack said that, is it possible to be accepted when your passport is still in processing? No, you cannot be accepted when your passport is not submitted, because your admission letter need a passport. Without passport, you cannot be accepted. So passport is very important. I want to show you something here. Can I share my screen?
Yeah, do it.
All right.
Maybe you have 1 minute. You have 1 minute to share that, and then we go to the next presenter. The time is just going.
All right. Yeah, like this. You see, this is the acceptance letter. This acceptance letter, you must have your passport number. Without passport number, you cannot be accepted. You cannot get pre-admission or admission letter, because without that number, that passport number, they cannot accept. So you have to get your passport first, and then you can complete your process. You might be registered in the system, but without passport, you cannot do anything. So before you complete your process, you need to get your passport.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Ngong, and thank you, participant, for your wonderful question. By this time, we have two presentation. So by this time, I'm going to allow the second presenter. So sorry for those who are not going to be answered by now. So what you can do, you can just write your question in the comment you can write in the comment section here, or you can just contact me direct, or you write in the group. So we are going to handle that. So I'm sorry, because there's not that much time, and we have to also handle other presentation. So okay, what is that about KCS?
Is it not Kenya certificate?
Yeah, I say I want to clarify something about it.
All right.
Okay. 30 seconds.
If you want to know something
Hello.
about it. Okay.
Yes.
Hello. Good afternoon, moderator.
Good afternoon.
Hello.
Yes, we're getting you. Continue.
So, yeah, my question is on the China scholarship. Now, is it possible for people who have done the high school in Kenya, the one who have KCSE certificate, to apply?
Yeah, you can apply.
I believe scholarship is for all the countries. So all the certificates.
Okay. Like, you can apply from here, or you must be in South Sudan to do everything through the embassy.
You can apply there, and during the application process, you have to indicate where you will apply for the visa. If you will apply for visa in Kenya, you can put in your application. So when you are applying for visa, it will not have problem.
Okay. Yeah, that was my concern. Thank you for the answer.
Okay.
All right.
Okay. I believe the second presenter is around. With us here. So Neil, confirm if he's there, so that we allow him and give him like maybe 25 minutes to present, and then 10 minutes for the answers. So for who's the scholarship? My child, you can now lower your hand. Okay, Neil.
Bro, you have muted me. How can I confirm? Yes, he's around.
Yeah,
Majong Lwal
confirm.
Magot.
Yeah, confirming is you now raise your hand and I see and I saw you. Yeah. So
Yeah, Majong Lwal Magot is around. Yeah.
okay, okay, brother Majuk, you're highly welcome to take the floor and share with us more about Who's scholarship. So thank you for joining us this time, and you're highly welcome. Let me allow you now. Yeah, you can.
Okay. Greeting, friends. I hope you are getting me.
Yeah, sure.
I want to thank the team at ENA for inviting me to dive into the, aspiring work of the World University Service of Canada. Today, I'm very delighted to be your speaker, and so we can go through and understand, how education uh, changes uh, the world and how giving refugees a second chance through the student refugee program is very crucial. I'll be very brief, and I hope we should start with understanding the fact that before you dive into anything, you should first know what it is. So,